Hey guys, welcome back to Ken's Tea Party. We got some interesting tea today, and we got a couple story times, and they're really interesting too. So, let's get started. Firstly, I was on TikTok minding my business, and I was on someone's live, and then I scrolled again. This other guy on there, he was playing with himself on TikTok live. I looked to my left, I looked to my right. I was disgusted. I'm like, what on earth is this? Like, this is just so inappropriate. Like, time and place. So I went onto his account, as one does. It was more videos like that. I'm like, how is TikTok allowing this? This is a problem. It's a real problem. Like, nobody wants to see that. It is not even big. It's not even big. If it was big, that's a different story. But it wasn't. It was not at the standard that no one likes. Nobody likes that. It was not giving what it was supposed to give. Unfortunately for you, you had to live like that for the rest of your life. It sucks. It really does. Like, it wasn't even pretty. Like, I just imagine not having a pretty wee wee. It just really sucks for you. It's just really unfortunate. Like, you can't I don't think you could fix that. I mean, if you have an ugly wee wee, then you're gonna have an ugly wee wee for life, and it sucks. I can't relate though, for real. It's just, but anyway, it just really flabbergasted me. It's traumatizing, and that's probably why he's like the reason why people want to ban this shit. Like, he's just ruined the whole vibe. It was just crazy. Anyway, next thing you know, I'm on Snapchat, minding my business again, and this bitch added me on there, and guess what? She was a lesbian. Yeah, she was a lesbian. I looked at her face. I knew she was a lesbian because I could tell by her face and her hairstyle. I was like, yeah, she's one of them. I'm not adding her back. She's a lesbian. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'll pass. She seemed nice, but you're a lesbian. So that's a no-go for me, honey. I had to back up from that. But anyway, next thing you know, I get on Facebook, seeing what's tea. Someone got kidnapped, someone was making food, and this other person tripped. A lot of things were going on Facebook. And I saw this gay couple. I'm like, why is this on my timeline? What's going on? Why am I seeing this? And I go on the profile. Turns out I'm friends with them. I'm like, oh hell no. I can't be part of this. I don't support this. So I unfriended them. I'm like, I'm not friends with y'all. I can't be friends with people who do stuff like that. I just can't. It's just not the way to go. It just really isn't. And they weren't even, I'm not going to say too much on them. I mean, good for them, I guess. But like, if you're a homo, like, why would you pick him? Like, he really wasn't like, I'm just saying, like, they really just didn't look like that would be like a cute couple. I don't know. It's just, I'm just gonna mind my business. But yeah, I unfriended them, and I just went on by my day. I just don't want to see stuff like that. Like it made my body itch. Like, I got goosebumps. Like, I was really scared. You know, it's just something that I just don't really usually see, and I shouldn't be seeing that. At my young age, I shouldn't be seeing that. But anyway, I'm gonna mind my business. So, something happened with the Wi-Fi, and it was really aggravating. It was really crazy. I was minding my business, as one does, in my bedroom. Next thing you know, I'm on TikTok. The shit stops loading, and so does my TV. I'm like, I look to my left, I look to my right. I'm like, what is going on here? And then it's like, oh, wait a couple minutes, like, it's gonna load or whatever. I'm like, okay. I sit there for like 3 minutes. I'm like, what is going on? Next thing you know, I'm like, this shit's not, my music's not playing. I'm like, I can't do this. Where's the fucking Wi-Fi box shit? Like, what's going on? So, I go out on my bedroom, get to the box, whatever, and I'm like pressing buttons. I unplugged this shit, and I plugged it back in. And talk about there's still no Wi-Fi. I'm like, what do you mean there's still no Wi-Fi? What more do you want me to do? I pressed the fucking buttons, and I still didn't do shit. And the fucking box was like changing colors, like the rainbow. I'm like, why is it turning red and why is it orange? And then next thing you know, it's blue and then it's gray. I'm like, what is going on? So I click the buttons and then it's like blinking orange for a while. I'm like, did I break this shit? Like, hello? Like, I unplugged it and I plugged it back in twice. Like, I'm like really getting aggravated. I'm like, I need my music. Like, I need my fucking TV. Like, what's going on? Like, it's getting low-key boring. It just like was like that for 5 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck? Next thing you know, I go on my phone and then the Wi-Fi just kicks on out of nowhere. I'm like, hallelujah, finally. So I went back into my room, went on my bed and played Roblox, as one does. It was great. It was a great experience. But I felt like a mechanic. Like I really did something. I made a difference. I problem solved. There was a problem and there was a solution. And I did what needed to be done. So I learned a lot by doing that. Like problem is solved. Like what's the solution to this problem? And what caused the problem, I'm not sure. I'm really unaware about that. I don't know what caused the problem. I don't even know how the problem was caused of anything. But I will solve it. Trust me. So, as that, I do consider myself like a half-time mechanic. I fix people's Wi-Fi's. If you need your Wi-Fi fixed, I think I could fix it. I watched a couple videos back in the day and about, Wi-Fi and like, doing toilets, like fucking, what's it called? A plumber. Watch tutorials how to do that. I'm like, okay, I'm really doing good. I'm like, I don't even need to go to school for this. Like, it's right here. And I think I learned a lot. And I was like, for my education now, and it was back then, I'm much smarter now than I was back then because I was fucking learning how to do fucking electricity and fucking, like, what's it called? Damn. Plumbing. Yeah, plumbing. Like, I learned how to do all that shit too. And now I'm fixing fucking Wi-Fi. Shit. Like, what can I do? Like, what's going on? So yeah, like if you need your Wi-Fi fixed, call me. I might have like a business card made eventually. But anyway, I got robbed for my check. It's very, very traumatic for me too because a bitch is on a budget these days. And I really need all my money. And let me show you, because on my last check, they missed me. I was the only one who didn't get a raise. Everyone in the store got a raise but me. And I was like, well, what the fuck? I'm like, what was going on? So I'm opening my check right now. And Tina told me, oh, you're gonna make like, you're gonna get your raise plus, the hours that you're working. I'm like, okay, cool. Why was I expecting $1,000? No. I made $682.24. Mind you, that's after taxes. Before they took the taxes out, I made $804.82. I'm like, where did that money go? You robbed me. I originally made $804.82 by working my fucking ass off. And you're talking about, no, you can only have $682.24. I don't want that. That's not what the fuck I worked for. Because now I'm fucking confused. You robbed me of how much money? That's a lot of money. Now I'm really upset. You're telling me I made originally $804.82. And you hand me $682.24? What happened to the other half of the money? Where'd that go? Where did it go? Because now I'm confused. $122 missing or something like that. I didn't do the math fully, but like my money, like where is it at? Like I want my fucking money. This is not what the fuck I worked for. I didn't work for $682.24 fucking cents. I worked for $804.82. So where the fuck is my money plus the fucking raise? I really don't see a difference either. So now I'm really upset. Like, where's this money going to? I want my money. And I'm being dead ass. Like, I want my money, bro. Like, now I'm really getting upset. Like, ugh. But he even had the audacity to sign the check too. After giving this much amount of money. I'm like, so you knew you was giving me what I don't deserve. And you gonna sign off on it anyway? No, I want my full money. And I want the shit signed as well. This is not accurate. This is false. I want my fucking money. Where's my money? I made $804.82 and you're handing me $682.24. That's not what the fuck I worked for. Like, I didn't work all those 8-hour days for $682.24. That's not what I did. But I'm gonna have to fucking accept it for now because I can't crash out. It's the new year. Like, I'm just gonna have to accept the defeation. Like, I got defeated. Like, I'm defeated now. Like, they took my money. And I can't do nothing about it. I'm just gonna have to sit here and just, like, think, like, wow, they really robbed me of my money. And I didn't do nothing about it. So, for the next check, they're gonna be like, yeah, he's not gonna do nothing. We're gonna keep robbing him. And he's not gonna notice. Well, listen here. I do notice. Okay? I did notice that you took money from me. Where's the tax money going to? Because last time I checked, I walked out, I tripped on a fucking pothole. The roads are not getting fixed. Because now I'm confused. I want my money. What did Rihanna say? Bitch better have my money. Let's play that. Hold up. We're about to type it in. Hold up. Bitch better have my money. Okay. Bitch better have my money. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. What you on me? Bye. Out that time. But anyway, I want my fucking money. You get the point. But yeah, I really don't have much to say about that. I'm just going to accept it. But anyway, so tell me why Tina texted me and she questioned me about something. And I do have the screenshots. Let's go look. Okay, first, she said, what'd she say? She said, hi, I have a question. And I was like, okay, yes. Then she said, where did you get the screenshot of so-and-so calling me bad words? Did you get it from her? And I'm like, I don't have the screenshots because, you know, the girl I'm talking about is Shayla. She don't work there no more. I already explained that situation. And turns out, she was like, I guess she cussed Tina out. And she thought I had the screenshots. I'm like, well, I don't have the screenshots. But Shayla told me that she did cuss you out. And I was just really flabbergasted that she did that. And then Tina said, oh, is that where you showed Kimori? I'm like, probably. Then she said, but she actually did quit. And then she called me names, period. I feel bad because they said that Shayla called her fat. I'm like, she's not fat. She's just positive, you know? Body positive, girl. Anyway, then I was like, well, she told me that she didn't quit or whatever. But then Tina said, well, she actually did quit. And then she said, that if she wants to take it up with Chris, the owner, and then she can give me her number. I was like, okay, so do you want me to text her? So I ended up texting her. I'm like, hey, well, Tina wants to know if you want to give her your number so she can give it to Chris so y'all can talk. Next thing you know, I sent the message right. It didn't deliver. I looked to my left, I looked to my fucking right, and I'm in shock. I'm in confusion again. Because I'm like, girl, you've been texting me, you stay texting me, and now I'm blocked. Girl, now I'm offended. Like, I don't even know how to feel about this. I'm like, girl, what'd I do? I've been here helping you. Like, I didn't know you was mental. I didn't know she was mental, but I acted like she didn't. Like, she wasn't mental after I found out that she was. Like, I just thought that was just so crazy. I'm like, she really blocked me. I'm like, well, girl, then you really don't want your money then. You really don't want your money then. But I'm going to mind my business. Then I told Tina, I was like, oh, well, she blocked me. And then Tina said, yikes. Girl, talk about yikes. That's what you have to say. I just thought that was crazy, to be honest. But that was the tea for that. It's just, I guess she just officially don't work there no more. But anyway, I have great news to tell the whole world. And that is I'm officially bilingual. I speak a little Spanish, and I also read some Chinese today because I downloaded the app, Rendo, and they were very welcoming. They was like, well, how's America? I'm like, it's, some buildings are still up. I mean, it's okay. I mean, there's really not much over here. Like, I've seen over there, there's so much technology and so much, stuff going on over there. And they was just really nice. And I learned how to switch the settings to English. I'm like, wow, like I really read how to get to the settings. Like I read all that shit. Like I knew what I was doing. Like in the past lifetime, I could have read Chinese before. Like I could read, I was bilingual back then. But I'm bilingual right now too. That's what I was thinking. But I'm like, yeah, that's just really cool. Like I'm bilingual now. Like if you want me to transfer the message, like this one person says this, and then I'm like, okay, well they said this, and then you be like, oh, okay, cool. Like I'm gonna charge though. Like a bitch need money, a bitch is on a budget. But yeah, I just really thought it was cool. Like I'm bilingual now. It's officially gonna be in my bio. Especially on my permanent record, I'm bilingual. Like I was well educated. I did what I had to do. I learned. I know Espanol. I know, yeah. So it just feels great to have that accomplishment. It just feels great because not everyone is bilingual, and that sucks for them. I really can't relate. But, maybe one day they could just work as hard as me as learning to speak another language, and maybe they might achieve that. Maybe. But I'm gonna mind my business. So, I have a story time, and it's actually really interesting. And viewers' discretion advised. If you don't like lesbians, this is not the story you should be listening to. So I suggest that you move on. Because this story is about my sister, how I found out that she was a lesbian. Ugh. I'm sorry, that made my body itch. But it all began, we went to a new school. And she went to high school, and turns out the high school was racist. We didn't find out until like a week after she got pushed into the locker, and then they called her a black bitch. I was like, the fuck? I'm like, yeah, we need to leave the school now. Then my mom like switched her to a different school. It was just pretty crazy. But she met this girl at the other new school, and they were like really, really close. Like they would just always hang out. And I'm not gonna say too much, but she, like, her friend Loki looked like a lesbian. Like she had the lesbian haircut. I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, I never seen nothing like that. Like at the time, I didn't know that's what the lesbians haircut, like I didn't know that's what they did, because I didn't know nothing about that at the time. And they would just always hang out. Like one time, they had a sleepover, and like she was the first one to come, and she was the last one to go. Also, I'm like, so what's really going on? And also, every time they're in the kitchen, like they always like be laughing, and like they be like hugging each other. I'm like, girl, like, are you like, you're just cooking? Like, why are you hugging? Like, what's going on? And also, my mom noticed this too. And I was like, yeah, I really don't know what's going on with her. Like, I guess they really must be close. Turns out they really was. But there was this one time they went to a party, and I guess things got a little wild, and she kissed her. My sister's like her friend kissed my sister. And how I found out is that one of my sister's other friends, she said something about it while we was like all like talking to each other on the porch. But my mom wasn't there though, so she didn't know. And I was like, oh, y'all kissed? Like, what's going on? Like, what else happened at the party? Like, please spill. Like, and I thought that was like, at first I thought they was just joking, like a little mwah. But like, come to find out later, I guess it was like a full makeout. I was like, ew. Like, do better. Like at a party too. I'm like, girl, time and place. Like, what is going on? And the more as they hung out with each other, the more lesbianish vibe I was getting. I'm like, they're just really, really close. I'm like, this bitch never leaves. Like, every time my sister's around, she's right there. Every time they're in the car, she's right there. I'm like, damn. Like, they even went to the bathroom together once. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I saw that. Like, guys are not being sneaky. I'm like, why are you guys going to the bathroom together? Like, one at a time is necessary. Like, I just really thought it was weird. But this is when the truth really came out. I just got home from school, literally, and my mom also just got home from work a couple minutes later, and I was on the porch. I was just chilling. And I didn't go inside yet, but when I went inside with my mom, we noticed that her bedroom door was closed. Mind you, it was open earlier. And we was like, okay, I don't remember closing it. So we go through the door. It's dark in there. Next you know, we hear like like a gasp, but then we turn the lights. Oh my God. I dropped my stuff to the floor. And my mom was like, what the fuck? My sister and the other lesbian, they was sleeping on top of each other. They wasn't naked or nothing, but like they was like cuddling. in my mom's bed. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, girl, you could at least took it upstairs to your room. I'm like, I knew he was a lesbian. I knew it. I'm like, girl, like, how could you do this to the family? Like, I had such high hopes for you. Like, I had such high hopes for her, and she turned into a lesbian. Sometimes, though, because she also had a boyfriend. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she's a lesbian still or not. Maybe she changed her ways as she should. But when my mom saw her like on the bed with my sisters, they was like, "Oh my god, like what you doing in here? Were you guys like doing all that in my bed? Like ew, like what is y'all doing? Like get out my room, get out my room." And my sister and the other lesbian jumped up so fast. They just kept on running and just running. They ran out the door. And they got into the lesbian's car and they drove off. And then, she ended up texting my mom later and said, like, oh, she's just at her house. Like, they're cool. Like, she made it, like, safe or whatever. Like, she's going to be back home soon when my mom calms down. And then I was like, why is she a lesbian? I'm like, I knew her friend was a lesbian because, mind you, she loves to wrestle. And guess what? Her dad is the wrestling coach. And you know how I know that? Because I knew him. And I saw him do practice. He was a wrestling coach. I'm like, oh, wow. So you're a wrestling coach, and your daughter is a lesbian. And your lesbian daughter is in love with my sister. And you turned her into a lesbian. Now, I don't know how to feel. Like, I don't have beef with her. But, like, that was just not cool. But I was just, like, really shocked by after that. And then a couple days after that, after things calmed down, I guess they talked about it. It wasn't very long though. Like when my sister came to the house, she brought her lesbian friend too. I'm like, oh, she didn't have to be needed. Like, why is she even here? She's always there with you. Now we really know what's going on. So it really didn't bother us, I guess. But it was like, well, we understand why she's always with you. Like, you guys are obviously doing something. And my mom was like, well, I just, like, she was just shocked. I was shocked too. And we just moved on. Because, like, this, it just really shocked me. I'm like, girl, like, you could have been a model. JK. JK. Like, you could have been a lawyer, but you chose to be a lesbian. Think about that. Let that sink in. You chose to be a lesbian when you could be something else. I'm like, you let that other lesbian drag you down. Why? Why? And she would always wear shorts too. Like, not even the girl shorts. She would wear, like, the man shorts. I'm like, and she'd be, like, having her shirt a certain way. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, that's how I knew she was a lesbian. Without me knowing that she was a lesbian. Because I didn't even know what lesbian was back then. I was just I knew something was off. I just knew something was off. Then, I did eventually go to the lesbian's dad. I was like, did you know that your daughter, like, is a lesbian? Like, is everything okay at home? Like, have you checked on the kids? Like, what's going on? Like, because you're not checking on this one. Because she's a lesbian. Like, I hope your other kids are not that way too. And he was like, oh, like, I love my daughter, this and that. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, good for you. If you're happy for her, good for you. Okay. She's happy too. Yeah, she's happy too. Yeah, I can tell. But that's not my business though. So I'm just gonna mind it. I'm just gonna mind my business. Like, if she wants to be a lesbian, be a lesbian. But that got nothing to do with me. Anyway, now it's time for the questions that the viewers have asked me. And me reading these are kind of long. So let's see what's tea. The first question said, this person said, hey girl, I really need some advice. So there's this guy that I always thought was cute. and he texted me in vanish mode. And he also has a girlfriend, and I'm friends with her. Oh, wow. That's a lot right there. But also, he is so fine, and he wants me to come suck his dick in the locker room. What the fuck? Do you think I should do it? Question mark. Find some class and use it. Because what do you mean in the locker room? And not only that, why are you considering it if you're friends? Like, if you're friends with, like, his girlfriend. Wait, did I say that right? Okay, you're friends with that girl and you're messing with her man on the low, and he's texting you. You should have told her that he's like, she should find a new man, that he's like fruity. That should have been like the first thing. But no, I don't think you should do it in the locker room. I think you should like mind your fucking business and just go on about your day and just not do it in general, because like it's just not cute. No shit, it's just not cute, especially in the locker room. I mean, the fuck? Nobody wants, like, what happens if someone walks in on that and they're like, they're traumatized for life? Nobody wants to see that homosexual activity. It's just not the way to go. It just really isn't. It just really isn't. Just do better for yourself, honestly. And you're not a good friend either if you do it. Because, like, why would you do your friend like that? You should have told her that, like, he asked you to suck his wee-wee, like, in the locker room. Which is dirty. I mean, shit. You could have paid, like, the parking lot or something. That's not any better, but still, it's cleaner, probably. Like, shit. It's just crazy. But that's what I think you should do. Next question, though. Ken, I have been having a major problem with this one boy. And he treats me right, and he's kind, but he's low-key kind of ugly, and he don't be washing in between his ass in the shower either. Oh, can you tell me a way how to break up with him without breaking his heart? Question mark. There's a lot going on in this one. Wow, he treats you right, but he's kind of ugly, and he doesn't wash between his ass? That's a problem right there. Like, you should have, like, been cut it off. Like, what? Like, you don't wash between your ass? And he's low-key kind of ugly. So, what did you see? So, why did you get with him in the first place? This is what I'm trying to understand. Was he not kind of ugly when you first got with him? Is it, like, the haircut? Like, what made him kind of ugly? Because you clearly, like, saw something to date him. And he also treats you right. So, I think you should... What should you say? Let me be in your shoes for a moment. Okay. My man is low-key kind of ugly. And he doesn't wash between his ass. But he treats me right, though. Okay. There's other men out there that treat you right. That could treat you right, but also washes their ass too. So I think you need to break this down. What you need to say is, honey, or okay, so like I'm gonna give you two options. You could do it in text or you could do it in person. So I'm gonna tell you like the in-person version. So what you want to do is grab his hand, take him to the kitchen, grab a knife, put it behind your back. Don't let him see you have a knife. You're not going to kill him. Calm down. But you're going to do that. Then you could tell him, like, to open his eyes or whatever, like, and just say, like, hey, like, I don't think this is going to work. Like, you don't wash your ass. And you're just not cute like you used to be anymore. And then if he gets, like, aggressive and hostile, pull the knife out and say, like, shut the fuck up, bitch. And let me finish. And then he's gonna be like all fucking spooked and stuff. He's gonna sit the fuck down and he's gonna listen to what you have to say. And then you're gonna break up with him. then you could either pack your shit or tell him to pack his shit and go on about your life and find the man that treats you right and also washes between his asses. Also, that's not kind of ugly. Find you a cute man, okay? That's my suggestion for you. But if you want to do it like with text, just say this. I think you should just like, fake your death. Like, let me think. So, just say like, oh, you got into a mini car crash and you died, but you really didn't die. So, you're gonna have your friend text him and say like, oh, my like so and so is dead, like y'all can't date no more, like you guys are not together, like because she's like gone. Then he was like, well, I want to go to the funeral. Oh shit, I just thought about that. Never mind, don't pretend that you're dead because he's gonna want to go to the funeral, and if there's no body in that casket, I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do, to be honest. So scratch that, let's start over. You're gonna text him and you're gonna say, you don't wash your ass and you're kind of ugly. I think we are better as friends. You're a really cool dude. We could be friends. Friends with no benefits. Gotta make that clear. Friends with no benefits. So he knows being your friend, there's not gonna be a benefit. So you're gonna really see if he really wants to be your friend or not. And if he doesn't want to be your friend, well, fuck him. Okay? That's why he doesn't wash his ass with his dirty ass. Okay? So that's what I think you should do. I hope it helps, and definitely comment it again and like tell us like how it went, and is he okay, like are you guys friends, are you guys not friends, like just tell her the story and I'll say it. Okay, next question is, hey, so I was at the mall the other day and I saw this big back bitch eating by the elevator and he kind of looked like you, but I wasn't sure. The fuck? So I wanted to know if it was you or not, because I would have taken pics with you. Because you're like, I don't even know what the fuck to say. Wait, you would have took pictures with me? Wait, so you said a big bad bitch eating by an elevator. False accusation again. I was not by the elevator. I was not eating nothing. I wasn't even at the mall. So, no, that man, and that's just really rude and disrespectful, by the way, because now you're calling a random person who was eating by the elevator fat, and that's rude. That's rude. Not even fat, you said a big back bitch. Watch your bitch words, bitch. Speak when spoken to. Anyway, so, no, that was not me. I was not eating by the elevator. I wasn't even at the mall. What day, though? You need to tell me the day. I don't think that was me. But anyway, just like, that's just really crazy. But if you do see me, like, ask for a photo. We'll definitely do, like, take photos, whatever. But anyway. Last but not least question. This person said, hey, so I've been having a lot of beef with my dad's side of the family since Christmas. Specifically, my grandma and my younger cousin. They keep side-eyeing me, and my grandma said I kind of look ugly, and my younger cousin said I should lay off the food on Christmas. And I really wanted to know if they needed that. So my question is what do you think I should do? Should I teach both of them at the same time, or should I do one at a time? Personally, I think you should do at the same time and then like push the younger cousin down, do the grandma, and then like switch to like one at a time. Like boom boom pair, push that bitch to the ground and then go to the other one and just boom boom pow. Like, and then you're gonna say to them like, who ugly bitch, who ugly bitch? And then like, yeah, I think you should just do both, because why not? You only live once. And I hope they know how to fight. I don't know if you know how to fight, so don't get beat up. Because if you get beat up, that's low-key embarrassing. And I want to know what to do. Oh, also, record the video and send it to us. We're gonna talk about it too. So like, make sure you post the video on Twitter. I'll repost it. This is actually the last question. I didn't even see this one. But this is the actual last question. So the last question is, this person said, hi, I was wondering, have you ever been suspended from school? And if you have, what did you do at home to entertain yourself? And why did you get suspended? Because I'm currently suspended right now. Okay, so I only been suspended one time, and it was only for 3 days, and those 3 days basically ruined everything. It was pretty wild. So, and I didn't even do anything wrong, but I was just minding my business. But there was these two girls, and one of the girls said this other girl was pregnant, but she wasn't pregnant. And they just was arguing, and then the other girl said, mind your business. Next thing you know, she grabbed a stool, and then they was fighting, and the girl threw a stool right above my head, and I moved out the way. My glasses fell, and the girl stepped on my glasses, and they broke. And mind you, I was recording the fight, just like everyone else in the classroom was. And on top of that, we was also in lockdown, so there was just no security to get these girls to stop fighting. And another crazy thing is, there was a sub in the classroom, and he didn't know what phone, what the number was to call the office. So he accidentally called the library, and he was just really panicking and talk about, oh my gosh, there's a fight, I don't know what to do. And they was just really going at it. And I'm like, what is going on? They're really fighting. And then everyone was like, damn, she's flipping that bitch. And then one of the girls said, that's why your pussy smells, this and that, and the third. I was like, oh wow. Very violent. And, the fight eventually got broken up because, the security did eventually get in there. And, I did, it was just so crazy because, they came in, and then they got me because I said my glasses broke, and then they said, you can't see. I'm like, no. Even though I could, I literally lied to them. I'm like, well, I really can't see. I can't see far, but I can see you up close. You're a little too close to me. So they took me to the library, and then they said, okay, you can sit here for the rest of the day, and just chill or do your work from here if you want, since you can't see without your glasses. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So I was just chilling in the library, just walking around. And mind you, I was friends with librarians, so we was just talking and chilling. And I was just watching people go to class and stuff. I'm like, damn, I really can't relate. And, I was living my life, and I was watching the fight video. Next thing you know, someone comes into the library, and they said, yo, you need to delete that video now. They're finding everyone who recorded the video. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? Are they gonna get me? I'm like, well, I will hope not. I'm like, damn, they're really dumb because they really did have their phones out when the security came in, so they saw them have their phones out. Mind you, the fight was already over before the security guards came in. They was already walking away from each other. So I'm like, why are y'all still recording? Now you bitches got your phones out and you got us caught up. Then an hour after that, literally, one of the fucking I guess he was he wasn't the principal, he was an assistant principal or whatever. Me and him was cool. He was nice. We was cool. Then he was like, you need to come here. I'm like, what's going on? He was like, you know what? I'm like, no, I don't. Then he was like, grab my phone. And then he took me to his office. He was like, I'm going to need you to delete the video. I'm like, what video? He was like, the fight video. I'm like, well, how did you know I haven't even had that? He was like, look, he showed me his phone, and I guess some student airdropped that to him. And he said, is that you right there? I'm like, no. He was like, you are literally wearing the same jacket right now. I'm like, everyone has that jacket. It's Nike Tech. Come on. And he was like, no, that's you. I'm like, no, that's not me. And I don't have the video. He was like, just delete the video, please. And then I'm like, okay, fine. But I didn't delete the video because I duplicated the video and put the other video in my hidden. It made it seem like I deleted the original video. And he saw that I deleted it. And then he still gave me a piece of paper. And then, oh, you know, the other crazy thing is they had me call my dad, too, and tell him about the glasses. Mind you, he was already picking me up early because I had a doctor's appointment for some. Oh yeah, because I was getting a physical for track, and he was already coming anyway. Next thing you know, literally as he's handing me the piece of paper, my dad walks into the office. I was like, "How the fuck did you get here?" And then he was like, the assistant principal explained to my dad like I was suspended. And I'm like, "Well, how long?" And then he was like, 3 days. I'm like, "Wait, does that mean I can't go to the track meet today?" And he was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, fuck you too." Because there was a track meet that day, there was a track meet Monday, and there was a final track meet Tuesday. Mind you, the one on Monday, I think it was like the one that determined you if you was able to go the last track meet. And after that, there was the pizza party. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is ruining everything. I need to go to I'm on the fucking team, bitch. Like, what's going on? And it was pretty crazy because it just ruined everything. I just was so bored at home, and I had to get all my homework. And you know, I was just snapping the kids at the school, and they was like telling me like, "Oh, I wish you was here." I'm like, "Yeah, I wish I was there too." I was really. Oh, mind you, the whole class got suspended. Everyone was in the fucking video. Everyone in the class got suspended, but besides the people who wasn't in there and was like, at home. Wait, besides this other girl, she didn't get caught. For some reason, she was the only one who didn't get caught. Even though she was one of the people who recorded the fucking video, because you could hear her fucking laugh right behind the video. That was her, and that was her fucking hand. I'm like, how did she not get suspended? She was like, I don't know. I'm like, you don't know, so you tell me the whole class got suspended and you didn't? That's like really shocking. And like, they literally like, only like a couple people was in that, like I think it was like actually like 3 people in that hour for like the 3 days. And like, I guess the teacher didn't have to teach much once he came back. It was really crazy. And then when everyone got back from suspension, everyone was talking about it because it was like the biggest fight of the year. And everyone was talking about it because she threw a fucking stool, bro. And the whole class got suspended. That's not usual. The whole fucking class got suspended, bro. And everyone was talking about it. It was just so crazy. And that's the story for that. But when I was home, how I entertained myself, because I was bored, what did I do? I think I played Roblox. Yeah, like, I played video games. I didn't just play Roblox. I cried. I did my streaks. Mind you, this was way back in 8th grade. I'm like, this was just really crazy. A lot of stuff was going on. And then people were asking me like, when you come back? I'm like, oh, I come back like Wednesday. And they was like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, that's cool, whatever. I was just really upset that I got suspended. And mind you, if you got suspended, or got into any trouble, you wasn't able to go like on the fucking trip. They had like a Cedar Point trip, and I wanted to fucking go just like everyone else in the class. And everyone was worried that they wasn't able to go because they said you're not supposed to like get suspended like a certain amount of times, but nobody knew how many times you was not supposed to get suspended before you was able to go or whatever. And turns out it was 3, and I only got suspended once, so I was still able to go. And that's a whole nother story because Cedar Point really traumatized me too. Everyone left me. I was all by myself, and I couldn't see still far away because I didn't have my glasses. And a bitch was blind walking around Cedar Point. I mean, like, literally everyone fucking left me. Like, I looked to my left, I looked to my right. Like, it was just really embarrassing. And also, the principal also lied to us too, because when we was going on the trip to Cedar Point, he was like, "Oh, we're gonna be the first ones there. You guys are gonna be able to ride all the rides for like at least an hour." And as soon as we get there, it's packed. I'm like, "Bitch, why'd you lie?" And another thing is, he didn't tell us that other schools was going to Cedar Point too. He was making us think like we was the only bitches going up there, and we was gonna be the first one. I'm like, bitch, you really played in our face. You really played on our face. Like, I was just so excited. I was so excited. I stayed awake during the fucking bus ride. I should have put my ass to sleep. That's what the fuck I should have done. Because that was so fucking disappointing to get out that fucking bus and notice that there's a whole bunch of people already in the fucking lines and stuff. As soon as we got to the line, it was already like half an hour away. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? First, light? Like, that really pissed me off. Like, he just lied in our faces like that. I'm like, bitch. But anyway, next thing, what is the next thing? Oh, that's how I basically entertain myself for real. And yeah, I don't know why you're suspended. You should did you do the same thing, or did you get into a fight? Like, what was the reason why you got suspended? So you could also tell me next time for the podcast. But this is all the tea for this podcast. I have nothing else to say. I am tired and I'm hungry, and I'm gonna eat like a big bad bitch because I really don't give a shit. Okay, mind your business. So end of this podcast. Bye.